Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Explore Polkadot with Visit Dotinsights. This is going to be, I think, a one spoken with several times. Just as you can see here in the slide, we have several partners today that I mentioned at the outset of the event that include Equilibrium, the all-in-one DeFi hub for Polkadot, and of course, Parity Technologies is an event partner for today. And then we also have Talisman, which is a wonderful wallet. I'm a desktop user myself, so it's probably my favorite option. And then we also have Lucky Friday. We're one of the sponsors, and here at Lucky Friday, we support the Polkadot ecosystem as ecosystem agents, providing high quality infrastructure that's enterprise grade, running bare metal servers in SOC 2 data centers. So if you have a need, and we also have RPC nodes now running on both relay chains for Kusama and Polkadot, and we look forward to continuing to serve the ecosystem.
Hey, Funky, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
All good here at Equilibrium HQ. So what do you think about the event?
It's great so far. I mean, can you guys hear me all right?
All good. All good.
Are we on stage or no?
Sorry?
Okay, DJ is here. Hey, DJ.
Hi,
It's so
hi.
good to see you. I will turn over there we go.
All right. Hi everyone. I'm sorry for being late a little bit. So let me share my slide and make sure it's okay. Please let me know if it's on.
It is on. Please continue.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Thank you for Equilibrium team and Talisman team for inviting me to this wonderful event, and I'm really happy to be here. I see that the event is like fully crowded, and it's really great to see a lot of people backing the Polkadot ecosystem in here. And if you don't know me, I am DJ. I am research lead at SubWallet. SubWallet is one of the leading comprehensive non-custodial wallet in the Polkadot, Substrate, and Ethereum ecosystems. And at SubWallet, we have a research team, and the research team is in charge of a sub-product by SubWallet called Dotinsights. And I believe that a lot of people here, I see the comments that you guys know Dotinsights already. But for those who haven't known Dotinsight, in this presentation, I hope that I can give you a quick walkthrough of what we do and how we are actively contributing to the Polkadot ecosystem. So the title of my talk is, if you want to explore Polkadot, please visit Dotinsights. Okay, so, okay, I have changed my slide. Does it reflect here?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yes, just to make sure. Okay, so I will have 4 main points in this presentation. The first one, I'll talk about the problem of the Polkadot ecosystem that we're trying to solve. And the second and third part of the presentation, I'll tell you guys how we have been able to solve it. And the last part is the next steps. What we will be doing in the future. Okay, so why do I call it the Polkadot dilemma? We all know that Polkadot prides itself on decentralization, right? I think John mentions it in his opening speech. Not a lot of ecosystem prioritize decentralization. They often prioritize scalability over decentralization and security. But Polkadot, very great on, sorry, I don't see my screen reflected here, so I'm just making sure that it shows up right.
We see your slide with Polkadot dilemma, the Dotinsights solution, and next steps.
Okay, it should move on to another slide. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I was mentioning about decentralization, but decentralization also comes at the cost of data fragmentation, right? We have the relay chain, we have 2 relay chains actually, and we have multiple parachains, and on top of the parachains, we have layer 2D apps, and we have tools, and we have infrastructure projects. A lot of the project is building within the ecosystem. But the decentralization means that we have data fragmentation, data lies everywhere. So there is difficulties in reporting historical data. So that's the first problem. The second problem is that there have been reports about the Polkadot ecosystem before, but no reports have been able to dig into layer 1 parachain and layer 2D apps. Most reports that you find in the space these days focus solely on the Polkadot relay chain. So we don't have like a panoramic overview of the ecosystem. Thirdly, some of the reports give out incorrect information about the ecosystem, mainly because they are not builders within the ecosystem, so they don't really understand and deeply understand how the ecosystem operates. And it's fair because it's a very big ecosystem and it's very complicated, right? And last but not least, I think that a lot of people here knows that the ecosystem is vast, it's huge, but exactly how many projects are building within the ecosystem? What categories do they fall into? So we as builders within the ecosystem, and especially as an infrastructure project, a wallet, we ourselves have the need to know how many projects are building, make sure that we don't miss out on any potential partners, right? So the problem was that all the projects were unmapped. So we don't know, we don't have a comprehensive and complete view of the ecosystem. So this has been our pain point. And we understand, we've been talking to our partners and our friends, and we know that they share the same pain points. So that's why we come up with Dotinsights, the initiative, a research focused and data platform for the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem. So how do we do it? Okay, so there are 2 solutions that I want to talk about that we have been able to deliver. The first solution and also the first product that we push out to the market was the Polkadot Deep Dive Report series. So by now, we have been able to publish 4 issues. The first one on the first half of 2022, and then Q3, Q4, and the latest was Q1 2023. And at the moment, we are working on the Q2, which we should be able to release in July. And by today, we have just checked our data. We have more than 5,000 readers on Google Chrome only. So Brave users were not trackable. So we expect the number of readers to be much higher. The number of contributors was more than 22 contributors, and contributors range from data engineering, data analysis, web designer, coding, and also translations. We are very honored to have the support of the community to translate our reports into multiple languages so that more and more readers can get access to it and understand more about the Polkadot ecosystem. And we have been able to have the support of more than 50 friends, our partners and projects within the ecosystem, in making sure that the data we push out and the information that we present in those deep dive reports were correct and correctly reflect what the projects have been doing and contributing to the ecosystem. So I'll give you an example of some of the charts in our latest issue, which is the Polkadot Deep Dive Report for Q1 2023. So the slides are a little bit small, but if you look closely, you can see that in the first chart, the Polkadot core daily active developers reached an all-time high in Q1 2023, which, if I remember correctly, is 173 active developers working on GitHub open source GitHub repos on Parity Tech, so the core protocols of Polkadot. The second one, you can see it's XCM activities, right? So since the launch of XCM last year, we have seen a lot of activities in the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem, especially with the DeFi projects. Since we're talking about DeFi and Polkadot here, right? We see a lot of dynamic activities across different DeFi parachains. And with the launch of XCM v3 in the coming months, we expect these activities to experience even a greater booming. And the third chart, it's about top 10 Polkadot and Kusama parachains by total chain fees. So to give you we're trying to give you guys as much information as possible so that everyone can know the multifacets of the ecosystem, right? It's not about just transaction volume. It's also about the fees. It's also about XCM, how different parachains communicate with each other. So different ways of seeing these parachains and comparing these parachains to see how active they all are within the ecosystem. And last but not least, in the fourth chart, you can see NFT activities. NFT sale volumes are pretty much consistent throughout the quarter. And again, with XCM v3, where NFT is transferable cross-chain, I expect that we will see a lot more interesting pardons and activities in the coming months. Okay, so the second solution, right? So after we release our first Polkadot deep dive report, I know we have 2 minutes, thank you. So after we released the deep dive report, we were warmly welcomed by the ecosystem. And so we figure out that in addition to data presented in the report, which obviously we can't present on every single project within the ecosystem, an ecosystem map, it's the next thing that we want to push out in order to give the community a grand overview of the ecosystem, like answering the questions of which projects it's building, in which category, which verticals are the most crowded in the ecosystem. Because if you look at other ecosystems like Solana or Cardano or Near, they all have this ecosystem map where every information about the ecosystem is accessible. And since nobody has done it, we figure out we might be able to do it and provide the information for you guys. And to give you some kind of stats on the launching campaigns that we did in November, we managed to reach more than 2.7 million unique reach on social, with more than 12,000 total social engagement. On Twitter, only more than 500,000 impressions with almost 4,000 retweets. And the most loved project campaigns we ran, where we allow the communities to vote for their favorite projects, we record more than 16,000 votes and more than 7,000 website visitors. The report on Q3 was translated into 9 languages for the community. And so what are the next steps? What are we planning to do in the coming months? Obviously, the quarterly Polkadot deep dive reports will still be published every quarter, just to give you an overview of what happens in the ecosystem in the past 3 months. But also, we are expanding. We are working on a Polkadot staking report, analyzing what is the overall staking status of the ecosystem, what are validators doing, what are nominators doing, how effective it's the nomination pool initiative. So we have been working with SubSquid, the Parity data team, and PolkaWatch and SubScan to gather information and data in order to work on this staking report. And we expect to be able to release this report next month. And at the same time, we work on the governance report. Everybody understands how governance is such a hot topic right now, right? Especially when OpenGov is going to be live on Polkadot very soon. So we want to understand how has governance been working in the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem. What has happened in governance 1? What has happened in governance 2? In Kusama, is it effective, right? And what is the pattern of treasury spending? Are we overspending? Are we being more cautious? We are going to have data backing all those claims to answer the questions. And of course, the ecosystem map will have the second version, where we will have a subpage dedicated to all the reports. There will be different metrics to rank projects, and each of the projects will have their own subpage with all the information there is to know about the project with off-chain data, and we are working on on-chain data very soon. So yeah, I think I just made it in terms of time. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you again so much for being here, DJ. Really appreciate your insights from the team. And everybody, if you want to segue to the next room, we will get started with a panel presentation moderated by none other than Bill Laboon.